A routine ballot box transfer in Golden Isles turns into a late-night showdown between police and party supporters. Tonight on our news, what sparked the chaos in a tense standoff outside the polling site. Straight ahead. Also,
officials here at the Parliamentary Registration Department say last night's drama took them by surprise based on what was agreed upon earlier that day. For more details, stay tuned to our news tonight.
and while Golden Isles goes to the polls, one Eleuthera aspirant already looking to the general election and says he's ready to serve on day one. Then in our news at 7:30, a small but spirited COI crowd shows up outside Remnant Tabernacle, chatting support for Lincoln Bain and Brian Roll, why they say this is their moment. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. What started as a routine wrap-up to yesterday's advanced poll in Golden Isles quickly spiraled into a tense late-night standoff. Police, the Free National Movement, and Coalition of Independents all clashing outside Remnant Tabernacle as officials tried to move ballot boxes to the Parliamentary Registration Department on Howell Road. Sasha Lightbourne was there as the scene unfolded, and tonight she walks us through how a simple transfer turned into a political flashpoint.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control a crowd of angry Free National Movement and Coalition of Independent supporters following the closure of the advanced poll at Remnant Tabernacle on Carmichael Road last night. The polls closed shortly after 6 p.m., where just under 300 voters were expected to mark their X for the person they wish to represent the Golden Isles constituency. The PLP's Darren Pickstock, the FNM's Brian Brown, the COI's Brian Roll, and independent candidate Karen Butler all hoped to win that seat. But there was an unlikely alliance last night after things didn't go as planned once the ballot boxes were sent to be removed from the premises. COI leader Lincoln Bain stood with FNM deputy leader Shannon Cartwright and FNM Golden Isles candidate Brian Brown as they blocked a police vehicle from exiting with their bodies. And here's why Bain says he took matters into his own hands.
At one point, they was trying to just send the envelope without putting it in a box to be sealed, and they changed that after we protested, and they brought a little van that could only hold a two-seater.
And FNM officials shared similar sentiments. Their attorney, Khalil Parker, explained their side of things.
You would have seen that there was an attempt to take the ballot box out in a vehicle that was not agreed by the parties. We had agreed that in accordance with usual practice, the ballot box would be accompanied by representatives of the candidates.
And that wasn't their only issue.
And we had agreed that the ballots would be sealed inside the box, which would be maintained with the Parliamentary Registry Department and would only be opened, the box itself would only be opened on election day.
Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard says a by-election must be fair.
That when you stand up, governments will do the right thing, and we must continue to stand up. We should make sure that not only is the election fair, it is seen to be fair.
Once again, the by-election is scheduled for next week, Monday. That's November 24th. Polls will open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and there are 14 polling divisions. Those polling stations will be held at the Anatole Rogers High School as well as Adelaide Primary School. Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Parliamentary registration officials say they're still surprised by last night's scene outside Remnant Tabernacle, as we saw there in that report from Sasha Lightbourne, when FNM and COI members tried to stop a ballot box from being moved after the poll closed. But today, the returning officer made it clear the plan was agreed to and the confrontation never should have happened. Joshua Williams has this follow-up.
A chaotic scene at the end of yesterday's advance poll. A standoff between the Free National Movement, Coalition of Independents, and police after protesters tried to block the ballot box from leaving. The polls closed shortly after 6 p.m., where 249 voters marked their X for the person they wish to represent the Golden Isles constituency. But as the ballot box was about to be transported to the Parliamentary Registration Department, the chaos ensued. Both the FNM and COI openly protesting the way the boxes were about to be moved, saying it was not what they agreed on, but returning officer Neil Campbell doesn't agree.
At the end of the poll, when they said that they wanted to drive in the bus, and they came to us. We spoke, and the adjustment was made.
Campbell says everyone involved also looked inside the vehicle to ensure everything was in order. He says they were surprised by last night's drama after the praise they received just minutes before.
Every single agent in that room thanked us and said this is the best it has ever been. We allowed them to sign off on every single envelope or package that went into that box.
Throughout the day, Campbell says they were cooperative with all sides when it came to issues we highlighted yesterday, such as loud music and proper protocol. There was also an issue with the counting last night, but Campbell says they were resolved. The office confirmed the box came to the department last night, now in a secure vault. But is it safe there?
In order to get to that particular box, you need 4 different keys from 4 different people. The police got one, the parliamentary commission got one, I have one here.
So what's going to happen come Monday? And are officials confident that voting will go off without a hitch?
Same thing. You got to have the pre-balloting, what comes out of the box. You have the count and everything else. And then at the close of the poll, remember you have to do the same thing again. So everything will be the same.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
And while Golden Isles dominates the headlines today, one PLP party supporter from Eleuthera already looking beyond the by-election and straight to the next general election. Justice of the Peace and Harper Island Councillor Joseph John Humphrey William Roberts Presetti says he's one of 6 aspirants eyeing the North Eleuthera seat, and after more than 6 years of community service, he says he believes his track record speaks for itself.
One of the things is obviously bringing the North together. My slogan is One North, which means that all of us are one. We have from Curran Island, Spanish Wells, Harbour Island, Bluff, Bogue, Lower Bogue, and Gregory Town. But we still represent One North. All of our concerns are the same. All of our goals are the same. We have a master plan that we're going to work with, and we're hoping that I'm hoping that I'm successful with it.
And on long-standing water and electricity issues, Presetti raised the current MP, or praised, that is, the current MP and the Energy Minister for making what he says is real progress, saying he wants to build on that foundation while tackling other community needs.
The idea is that to maintain. What we do is that we invest a lot of capital into everything, but we have to maintain it. So my idea is, when I'm Member of Parliament for North Eleuthera, to continue to maintain the assets that the government has invested in. A lot of people want just better standard of living. That's just that's been consistent. But also people want to be recognized. They want their leaders to be seen. They want their leaders to attend funerals. They want their leaders to be there at church. They want their leaders to be there at weddings. But people also want a master plan. The idea is that you represent people's concerns. So when you get into the seat, though it may seem different when you're not in the seat, but when you get there, you have to voice the concerns of the people. And everybody speaks up. I constantly tell people, even with the Crown land and the communist land, that's one of the things that people are constantly talking about. But there is a difference. We have to create a master plan in which all parties come together, have an open discussion, and see what's best for everyone.
A man is dead tonight after police opened fire on a car they say was involved in a shooting in the Kemp Road area this morning. According to Senior Assistant Commissioner Roberto Goodman, shots spotted alerted officers to gunfire just after 9 a.m. near St. James Road. Reports quickly followed of shots coming from a silver car. When officers spotted that vehicle, the senior ACP says a chase began.
They chased this vehicle from the St. James Road area and later into this area where we are now standing at Cooper's Terrace, where the occupants of that vehicle, which was 4 males in the vehicle at the time, who discharged firearm. They started their firearm in the direction of the police officers. The officers then engaged those persons in safety for their own lives, where shots were returned at that vehicle. 3 of the persons were able to run from that vehicle. 1 of the persons was shot in the vehicle, was fatally shot in the vehicle by police officers.
And paramedics pronounced one of the men dead at the scene, while the senior ACP says 3 others in the car ran off. Police say they also recovered a firearm from the gray Nissan Note, which police say was heavily damaged by gunfire. And with the holiday season approaching, Goodman urging residents to be extra cautious.
I'd also like to appeal to members of the public, particularly those persons who still at nighttime parking up at their residence still on cell phones late in the night. Persons who still pulling up the beaches late in the night, I still want to just caution them. Just take the necessary precaution and, to ensure safety for their own lives and for their property.
And 3 men hospitalized for an overnight shooting in Apache Alley off Kemp Road. Police say they were first alerted to the shooting by spot shotter technology around 10 Sunday night. Once on scene, police say they found a 22-year-old male with gunshot injuries who was taken to hospital. 2 others, 35 and 25-year-old, were taken by a private vehicle before police arrived. Investigations indicate the 3 men were shot while watching a sports game outside. No other details have been made available since. And prosecutors have dropped attempted murder charges against 3 men tied to a 2020 shooting. Chicardo Culma, Demetrius Brown, and Jarvis Joseph were accused of trying to kill Vernal Johnson on August 7th in Yellow Elder. The case ended after the prosecution entered a nolle prosequi, bringing the matter to a close. The 29-year-old man free tonight after being cleared of a manslaughter charge more than a decade after he was first accused. Prosecutors unable to show Jadri Evans had any role in the 2013 shooting death of 18-year-old Sylvester Woodside, who was shot in the head in Jubilee Gardens. Justice Gilomena Archer-Mins directed the 9-member jury to acquit Evans after prosecutors failed to present any evidence linking him to the crime. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, as always, he's standing by in the Weather Center. Happy Tuesday, Greg.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you too, and happy Tuesday evening, everybody. Beautiful conditions on the outside, temperatures in the mid-70s, 75 degrees with a few clouds on the outside there. East-northeast winds at 10 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 75. Temperatures right now around the islands, it's 75 in Freeport as well as in Great Harbor Key, that's Berry Islands. Nichols San Andros here in the capital as well. 77 in Alistown, Bimini, over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, 74 there, 76 in Governor's Harbor, Luthra. Central Bahamas, 75, Kemps Bay. Then we pick up a string of 76s, Black Point, Exuma Chain, Georgetown, Great Exuma, Deadman's Key, Long Island, Port Nelson, Rumkey area, and as well as Arthurstown, Cat Island. Coburn Town, San Salvador, say hello to the butlers there. 75 degrees there and down the southeast Bahamas, 77 in Duncantown, Liget Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, 78 in Abrahams Bay, Matthewtown, Inagua, 80, and our neighbors to the southeast Turks and Caicos Islands, you have a temperature right now of 79 degrees. Satellite radar composite, very weak frontal boundary dropping across the northwest Bahamas. It's dissipating as we speak. Not much weather associated with the boundary, but it will continue to side toward the south. High pressure will be building in across that area, and that's going to continue to sustain the nice conditions we've been having for the last couple of days. So get outdoors and do enjoy, because it's going to be nice for the remainder of the week. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, JJ is the latest commit to a new women's pro basketball league that could change the game with everything. This has got to be great for the WCBA negotiations, right?
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Atreyu Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. When Brittany Griner was detained in Russia, it pretty much changed the landscape of women's basketball forever. WNBA players now seek control of their own destinies and equity in several ventures outside of the W. Jonquel Jones is the latest big-name prospect to sign on to an ambitious new league, Project B. Jones is the latest star to sign on with Project B, joining WNBPA president Nneka Ogwumike and Alyssa Thomas as the first big names to commit. Project B is just the latest league created within the last few years to give women's pro basketball a different avenue. Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 league based in Florida. Athletes Unlimited uses weekly drafts and individual point system instead of fixed teams, while Project B will be a new traditional 5-on-5 league offering some of the highest salaries in women's basketball and could emerge as a direct competitor for the WNBA.
The Bahamas is already host to several NCAA Division I sports, including basketball and golf. Now baseball will be added to the list. Division I college baseball is headed to the Bahamas for the first time. Penn State and Indiana State will square off in a 3-game series at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium from Friday, February 27th to Sunday, March 1st. The events will be operated by BDG Sports and sponsored by Alanis.
From NCAA D1 baseball to some players hoping to play at that level someday, the rivalry continued on the diamond between SAC and QC. The QC Comets claimed back-to-back BAISS Senior Boys baseball titles last night in the latest chapter of their rivalry. The Comets won Game 3 10-7 at the Andre Rogers National Stadium. QC took Game 1 20-11 and SAC responded with a 14-3 win in Game 2. The title adds to a big week for the Comets after their senior girls also won the softball championship. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as a major push to unseal the Jeffrey Epstein files, now headed to the U.S. Senate. Plus, one of the internet's biggest behind-the-scenes players went down, taking major sites and services with it. What caused the crash and why experts say it exposes a major weakness in the world's online infrastructure. And U.S. carrier arrives in the Caribbean Sea, escalating tensions. The story when Our News returns.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. A major push to release the Epstein files now headed to the United States Senate. A bipartisan bill forcing the disclosure of key documents is advancing, with President Donald Trump expected to sign if it passes. At the Capitol, survivors urged action, with Ann Farmer saying they've faced institutional betrayal for years. In a break from Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene demanding every name tied to Epstein be released, a move that's prompted Trump to label her a traitor. Republican Thomas Massie backing Taylor Greene, praising the UK's decision to strip Prince Andrew of his title and calling for similar accountability in the United States.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition.
This is me at 16 when I met Jeffrey Epstein. Now I'll start. It is an honor to stand here before the American people. However, I shouldn't have to stand here at all. I'm here because as a child, I was pulled into Jeffrey Epstein's world, a world built on exploitation and manipulation of innocence and the protection of powerful men and women who believed that they were untouchable.
A major internet outage caused disruption worldwide today. A system failure at Cloudflare, one of the most important yet little-known pieces of global web infrastructure, knocked millions of sites offline or made them partially inaccessible. The outage began around 6:48 a.m. Bahamas time, with sites like X and OpenAI showing spikes and problems. Many clients couldn't even access their own performance dashboards. Cloudflare says the root cause was a huge auto-generated configuration file that grew beyond its limit, crashing software that manages traffic for several key services. The company temporarily disabled its RAP encryption service in London, and by about 9:48 a.m. Bahamas time today, said a fix was in place. The company apologized to customers and the internet in general, insisting there's no sign of a cyber attack. Experts say, though, the outage shows just how few companies quietly hold up the internet and how quickly the world feels it when one fails. And the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier, has arrived in the Caribbean Sea, prompting speculation about new U.S. pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. U.S. Southern Command says the carrier strike group will join forces already in the region to defeat and dismantle criminal networks as part of the Trump administration's anti-narco-terrorism effort. The move comes as more U.S. warships deploy off Venezuela despite Drug Enforcement Agency reports the country is not a major drug source. Maduro accuses Washington of seeking regime change, while President Trump says he has sort of decided his next steps.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was November 18th. Then in our news at 7:30.
FNM officials say they're not pleased with yesterday's advance voting ahead of Monday's by-election. I'm Delvade Emmanuel, and the details just ahead.
And government's long-promised crackdown on illegal shantytowns is gaining momentum. Officials confirming the Shantytown Task Force now fully deployed on Eleuthera. When our news returns.
Candino Nodes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
My name is Atreyu.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with the Live Business Bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Candino Nodes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 2007, designer Harold Taylor was tragically killed at his West Hill Street home. In 2009, Bahamian Brewery launched its 4th beer, High Rock. By 2013, then Prime Minister Perry Christie made history meeting Pope Francis at the Vatican. In 2020, Zana Club of Nassau began 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And in 2022, FNM leaders pressed government for answers on the FTX collapse. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was November 18th, head over to rnews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Up now with the latest headlines is our Talia Hall. Talia, yesterday, very busy
day. Very busy day.
And a very long show.
For sure. And of course, next week, things will continue.
Oh, yeah.
With the by-election on Monday.
The race is on, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's on.
All right, Ken, thanks so much. And don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot at driving away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway. Brought to you by Our News, Alive and Auto Mall. To learn more, head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. A strong turnout, heated scenes, and new calls for clarity. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30.
FNM officials say they're not pleased with yesterday's advance voting ahead of Monday's by-election. I'm Devade Emmanuel, and the details just ahead.
And despite a heated advance poll showdown, the PLP and FNM say their campaigns are full steam ahead. How they're reacting to the drama, and the COI makes its pitch in Golden Isles, and some voters say they're ready for something new. We'll tell you their message straight ahead, and later, a barge stuck on a reef. A community rushes in, and now the National Security Minister is calling it a crime. Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area.
Welcome to Our News. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. As the countdown to Monday's by-election intensifies, the Free National Movement is calling for greater transparency after tensions flared during Monday's advance poll in Golden Isles. The morning after the drama unfolded, party officials say while voter turnout was strong, they're raising serious concerns about how elements of the process were handled. Tonight, our Delvado Emmanuel reports on what the party says must be addressed before by-election day.
FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands labeled Monday's advance poll as both encouraging and concerning. Speaking outside of the Parliamentary Registration Department this morning, Sands joined by other party officials, saying while they remain confident heading into Monday's by-election, they have serious questions surrounding the integrity of the process that still needs to be addressed.
Our democracy only works when the people can have full confidence that every vote is treated with care, integrity, and fairness from the moment it is cast until the moment that it is counted.
The party insisting it saw tremendous energy and strong support for Golden Isles candidate Brian Brown. But the drama unfolded following the closure of the polls. FNM and COI supporters formed a human barricade, blocking the convoy from leaving Remnant Tabernacle. Responding to comments from the Progressive Liberal Party, which dismissed their actions as political grandstanding, Sands pushed back.
anyone with eyes to see would know that there had to be serious concerns, not arising from the Free National Movement, but from the other side. And we want to go on record to let them know that we are watching.
We had agreements as to the packaging of the votes, as to the escort of the votes, and the destination of the votes, and it was an all-day exercise maintaining the integrity of the agreement. It should not have taken as long as it took, and it should not have required us to be as robust as we were to defend the integrity of the exercise.
Despite those concerns, Brown says he's ready for Election Day.
Golden Isles is ready to vote. We're ready for the 24th, and we can make sure the process is taken care of.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much for that, Delvardo. Well, despite the ballot box controversy at that Vance poll Monday night, Golden Isles candidates for the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement remain committed to fighting for the Golden Isles seat. The seat was left vacant after the passing of former Member of Parliament and Cabinet Minister Vaughn Miller, who died on September 28th. Almost 2 hours following the closure of the poll, supporters and party officials from both the FNM and the Coalition of Independents blocked the exit of the church, not allowing the lead police car to move, some standing in front of the car for just over 20 minutes. The issue? Alleged inconsistencies in what was agreed to, including the transportation of ballot boxes. Here's how PLP candidate Darren Pickstock described the entire ordeal.
Democracy in action. Things went smoothly. They had to recount. And now the ballot box is closed. It's on the bus and it's on its way to the Parliamentary Registration Department. The Parliamentary Registration Department did its job. The police did its job, and all of the officials. So I'm satisfied.
And the Free National Movement candidate for Golden Isles, Brian Brown, says he's not deterred by what happened. In fact, Brown says he's more fired up than before.
All over the country want Brian Brown. They've seen my work for Golden Isles, and they're ready for me to be in the seat. And so, ain't long now. And Mr. Brown will be, and they will not steal this one. Tell them I say the devil is a liar. This one is not going to be stealed. I'm more confident than ever now because I see what they're trying to do. So obviously I know they're scared.
While the Coalition of Independents assembling a small group of supporters outside Remnant Tabernacle today as well, chanting in support of their leader Lincoln Bain and candidate Brian Roll. Two of the coalition supporters spoke with our news team about why they're choosing the COI this time around.
I decided when I heard what Mr. Bain was educating us, actually this had never been done before in this country. So I listened and I said, you know what? It's like something that I've never heard. I need to make this adjustment because I have grandchildren, 7 grandchildren, and they need to get the benefits what we didn't get to get, what we should have had in our time.
Sharonda Ferguson says she wants more from and for her country and for future generations.
Everything is better for foreigners right here in my country. It's appalling to me. I have kids, and shortly we'll have grandkids, and by that time I'll have nothing for my children's children to benefit from. Whereas this country here is very wealthy, although they're hiding it from us, they gotta hide everything from us, just keep us dumb and lost, and they win.
Well, 2 days after a blaze destroyed stalls at the Arawaki, work continues to clean up the area. On Sunday, up to 7 stalls were destroyed by fire. Among them was Goldie's Conch House, On the Edge, and Red Snapper. When we arrived there today, tractors were clearing up the burnt remains of the stalls destroyed by the flames. Prime Minister Philip Davis has agreed to assist stall owners impacted by the flames. Meantime, stalls that remain, like Trudy's, are looking to reopen soon, but complain that they are still without power. Well, a judge has ordered jurors to acquit 2 men of attempted murder. Mauricio Webster and Malik Hanna were accused of shooting Adam Newbold at his East Street car wash back in December 2022. Newbold told the court he was ambushed by the men he knew, but he never returned to be cross-examined. With no further evidence, Justice Franklin Williams Casey directed the jury to return not guilty verdicts. A man is facing a fraud charge after prosecutors say he sold a vehicle he didn't own. Wade Spence is accused of selling a Jeep Wrangler to Tatum Monroe for $39,500. The 52-year-old pleaded not guilty to a charge of fraud by false pretenses at his arraignment before Magistrate Abigail Farrington. He was granted a $9,500 bail and returns to court for a trial on March 14, 2026. Well, there's been a major shift in Integra's plans for the $200 million Rosewood-Exuma project, and it comes months after pushback from residents, environmentalists, and businesses on the island. Tonight, the developer says it's going back to the drawing board, while one organization is urging residents to keep speaking out. There's a significant change in Integra's development plans, with the company now moving to refile its site plan for the Rosewood-Exuma project. You may remember that ground was broken for the multi-million-dollar site a few months ago. Integra says the shift is directly tied to community feedback and an environmental assessment, leading to one major adjustment, relocating its service dock farther away from the Turtle Grass Resort's property. That service dock is one of the more controversial proposed developments at the site. On the Record explored the issue in a recent episode with Integra CEO Felipe McLean.
If you look into the plans very carefully, you realize that a lot of the information that has been out there is just not accurate. Again, they were when I saw the video last week, they were showing you that we're dredging that channel. I haven't seen a permit to dredge that channel, so we're not dredging. They said potential dredge. We're not dredging that channel, period, right? We have a permit to dredge 1.4 acres to have access to the service deck. That's it.
In a statement this week, McLean says Integra wants to, quote, peacefully coexist, end quote, with neighbors, and hopes the updated plan brings clarity and allows the project to move forward, creating jobs for Exumians. But on the ground, local concerns about the dock location remain. Karan Miller of Staniel Key Adventures.
Why can't they use another point of access or entry for their shipping? My point is, if there is a way to get this project off the ground without being so directly damaging to that part of the reef, as well as preferably, in my perspective, to downscale a little bit more.
And despite the move by Integra, opposition to the project is still growing. This as a recent petition from the Save Exuma Alliance is calling for a halt and further review of the project, which includes major dredging. That petition has now surpassed 7,000 signatures. Supporters say the fragile Exuma Keys must be protected. An Org community survey also found that over 90% of residents want stronger environmental safeguards. Following Integra's decision to change its development plan, Save Exuma Alliance released a statement on Monday. The organization says the withdrawal of the original site plan shows that public pressure is working. The statement adds the group, quote, welcomes Integra's decision to rethink the dock location, but says it must not stop there, end quote. They're calling for a new transparent review once the revised plan is submitted and urging the public to keep speaking out. Well, sunshine and mild temperatures expected this week. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, what can we expect? I'm looking forward to cooler temperatures, even cooler.
You may get a cold front by the end of the week, but we're gonna enjoy some really nice conditions over the next several days. A little breezy, but still comfortable.
All right, sounds good.
75 degrees is our current temperature outside with a few clouds, east-northeast winds at 10 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 75. Satellite radar composite. Very weak front dropping across the extreme northern Bahamas earlier today. That front is washing out most of the cloud masses staying out in the open Atlantic. But high pressure is building in behind that. That high pressure will continue to ramp up our winds. So we're looking for some breezy conditions over the next couple of days. Temperatures will be comfortable, low to mid 80s. And then we expect those nighttime temperatures in the upper 60s to the low 70s. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, a new partnership between the Ministry of Education and Starlink is set to transform Wi-Fi access at CH Reeves. The big upgrade straight ahead, but first, from snacks to appliances, residents seen stripping a grounded barge in Abaco. And tonight, the minister is weighing in, condemning what he says is criminal behavior. And decades-old illegal settlements on Eleuthera now face demolition. We'll tell you the latest on the task force's island-wide operation when our news returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast.
The National Security Minister weighing in tonight on that grounded cargo barge in Abaco and the looting that's now gone viral. The barge, Brooklyn Bridge, ran aground last week just off Cooperstown, North Abaco. Video shows residents pulling up in boats, taking items from the vessel. Local officials say people have been traveling into the area and removing everything from snacks to appliances. Transport officials confirm the barge is sitting on a reef and divers have already assessed the damage. Environmental Director Dr. Rihanna Neely Murphy says the incident has triggered penalties under the Environmental Planning and Protection Act, and a full underwater assessment is expected in the coming days. On the sidelines of the National Youth Guard graduation on Monday, Minister Wayne Monroe condemned the individuals seen in the videos, calling it criminal behavior by a large group of people.
Who were brazen enough to record that criminal behavior and publish it on the internet. And what is more disturbing and discouraging is the number of Bahamians who were coming to the aid of defending it. If you are salvaging goods, that means you get them, you give them to the owner. You do not keep them for yourself. It isn't piracy, but that's the difference between thieving and robbing. Both are dishonest, both are crimes. None are actually behavior that you should be encouraging.
The footage has now attracted international attention, with many online also condemning what they saw.
Abaco has an ability to recover from this because no doubt the Comptroller of Customs may well pursue the vessels for carrying uncustoms goods and have them seized, and no doubt they can recover and rehabilitate their reputation by returning stolen property. Receiving stolen property is also a crime. And you know, everybody want to travel to America, eh? And if you get a criminal record, you can't enjoy the national Bahamian pastime of traveling to Miami.
The government's long-promised crackdown on illegal shantytowns is gaining momentum. Officials confirming that the Shantytown Task Force is now fully deployed on Eleuthera. Works and Family Island Affairs Minister Clay Sweeting says the decades-old settlement on that island that has been a persistent concern. The multi-agency team is currently carrying out population verifications and preparing for full demolition.
It's one that's been a concern for decades. And we committed to dealing with that. So the full team is there, social services, environmental health, Ministry of Health, all of the full components of the task force is there, and we anticipate demolition within the next 2 weeks.
3 additional shanty towns have also been identified for removal, 2 in New Providence and 1 in Andros. But Sweeting explains that demolition can only proceed after government completes all legal requirements, including issuing 30-day notices confirming who is legally residing on the property and allowing immigration to process undocumented individuals. He notes that while the law requires a 30-day notice, demolitions often take longer due to mandatory tendering and other procedural steps.
All of the legality work, ensuring that the persons are notified, taking proper population count of who is Bahamian, who are persons that hold permits, who doesn't have any permit, and then immigration deals with that. So the task force basically is a structure, and then we have different components. So immigration will deal with their component, health will deal with theirs, and you have the Defense Force, you have the Attorney General's office. So all these components work together in tandem to ensure that nothing is left out.
All right, well, students at the C.H. Reeves Junior High School will soon have improved access to internet. The Ministry of Education officials partnering with Starlink to provide improved internet connection for students. The company handing over the satellite dishes Tuesday morning at the school, and District Superintendent for the Southern New Providence District, Shavana Darville, says this latest partnership is a continued effort of the school to provide all the tools needed for student development.
Is a bold step forward, one that is rooted in our shared commitment to expanding access, improving quality, and ensuring that every student, no matter their school or island, has the tools needed to succeed in a digital world. Through this collaboration, schools like C.H. Reeves will benefit from reliable, high-speed connectivity that supports modern teaching and learning.
Coming up in sports, JJ's offseason of SideQuest took a turn toward a big decision that could shake up things in the WNBA. NCAA Division I baseball is headed to the Bahamas, and the QC-SAC rivalry continues on the diamond in the BAISS finale.
My name is Atreyu Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Atreyu Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with the Live Business Bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. When Brittany Griner was detained in Russia, it pretty much changed the landscape of women's basketball forever. WNBA players now seek control of their own destinies and equity in several ventures outside of the W.
Jonquil Jones is the latest big-name prospect to sign on to an ambitious new league, Project B. Jones is the latest star to sign on with Project B, joining WNBPA president Nneka Ogwumike and Alyssa Thomas as the first big names to commit. Project B is just the latest league created within the last few years to give women's pro basketball a different avenue. Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 league based in Florida. Athletes Unlimited uses weekly drafts and individual point system instead of fixed teams, while Project B will be a new traditional 5-on-5 league offering some of the highest salaries in women's basketball and could emerge as a direct competitor for the WNBA. Project B plans to run as a 7-week tournament circuit featuring 66 players and 6 teams over November through April across Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Amid the backdrop of ongoing CBA negotiations in the WNBA, Project B has quickly become the off-season story to watch in women's basketball. Not just because of the format and salaries, but players receiving equity in the league.
The Bahamas is already host to several NCAA Division I sports, including basketball and golf. Now baseball will be added to the list. Division I college baseball is headed to the Bahamas for the first time. Penn State and Indiana State will square off in a 3-game series at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium from Friday, February 27th to Sunday, March 1st. The events will be operated by BDG Sports and sponsored by Alanis.
Today holds significance. By bringing collegiate baseball to the Bahamas, we only enhance sports tourism, but also opening doors for the next generation of Bahamian talent. We hope this series will inspire, create new opportunities for inspiring Bahamian players to follow in the footsteps of Jazz, which is amazing. Watching a guy like Jazz play for the Yankees blows me away as a person.
Penn State is coached by Mike Giambo, and Indiana State is coached by Tracy Archuleta. Tickets go on sale December 12th.
From NCAA D1 baseball to some players hoping to play at that level someday, the rivalry continued on the diamond between SAC and QC. The QC Comets claimed back-to-back BAISS Senior Boys baseball titles last night in the latest chapter of their rivalry. The Comets won Game 3 10-7 at the Andre Rogers National Stadium. QC took Game 1 20-11, and SAC responded with a 14-3 win in Game 2. The title adds to a big week for the Comets after their senior girls also won the softball championship. The Big Red Machine won the junior girls title, while St. Anne's won back-to-back junior boys titles. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. I like being anti-authority. Is the W done with this new league?
I don't know, but hopefully they bring a couple games down here at Kendall Isaac so we can watch.
Starting a new league is like us starting our own. Never mind. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, lovely weather in the capital on this Tuesday. Wondering what else we can expect? Craig is back with your extended weather when our news returns. Stay with us.
And NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to Doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins.
This is our news. Welcome back. Beautiful conditions around the islands as high pressure remains in charge. That weak high is actually strengthening now. We have a weak front pushing into the northwest Bahamas with not much in terms of any fanfare. A couple of spotty showers with that front. Most of the cloud mass staying out there in the open Atlantic. You notice some high-level clouds associated with the front, but high behind that will be building. We're looking for some breezy conditions over the next couple of days. Temperatures will take a slight rise. They should get into the low to mid 80s, and we expect those night temperatures to stay in the upper 60s to the low 70s. In the tropics, quiet across the tropics. We are winding down. It's quiet, and it's going to remain quiet for the next 7 days, and tropical cyclone formation is not expected. Taking a look at the future forecast, weak front boundary, as I mentioned, dropping into the northwest Bahamas with just a few spotty showers. Most of the activity, as I said, staying out there in the open Atlantic, but that front will continue to side towards the south. And once again, high pressure will be building in across areas, so we're looking at nice conditions over the next several days. So get out and enjoy the outdoors. Boating conditions, are going to love this for tonight through tomorrow. Northeast to east winds 10 to 15 knots. They will fall light and variable at times. Seas running 2 to 4 feet over the open waters. Tide will be low at 32 minutes past midnight. Your next high tide will be at 6:54 tomorrow morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, just lovely conditions throughout the remainder of the week. We do expect a couple of isolated showers on Thursday as that front oscillates across the area. But temperatures will start to stay in the low to mid 80s. Once again, nighttime temperatures will be very comfortable, so you could turn those ACs off. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.